Hello everyone, this is Shining Noctiles, and tonight I wanted to do a very special video. It's a little bit different than the content I normally do on this channel. But it's regarding the regarding a topic that I think is very important to share since I since I do this for a living on my store. I've been doing it. I've been selling hobby items for the most part, but mainly Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards for the last 8 to 9 years now. On on websites like eBay specifically, and I might share a link to my store in the link below. But I wanted to. I've been noticing there has been a bit of dissension, shall we say, in the trading card community as of late. Most notably Pokemon. It seems like Yu-Gi-Oh things are still um, are still relatively the news has been relatively well received. But I noticed with Pokemon, um, there have been some individuals. I'd rather not mention their names just because I prefer to keep it private as to not alienate anyone. The worst thing you could have in a YouTube channel is getting a bunch of negative feedback from others when it's not relatively warranted. But regardless, I I've noticed some individuals have been essentially speaking about how expensive trading cards, particularly Pokemon, has gotten in the past several months now, and where some booster boxes that were, $5,000 around a year ago are now $20,000 to $30,000, as well as some cards that were $100 are now $300 to $400. So, what I have to say about that is I personally think that COVID, among other things, was a very hard thing for everyone, and I figure the people who, bought the singles or the booster boxes from different individuals at the time, I believe most of them didn't mean any harm. They were helping their stores at the time, which is something that I believe is admirable, especially in these trying times. And I think that some of the people who purchased, different cards from different stores around a year or two ago, when the pandemic happened at the beginning, I believed it really helped out those stores that were in need, just because if those people hadn't bought anything from those stores, then they probably would have experienced a bit more financial hardship. And at the end of the day, even though Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and other hobby items, is definitely something to enjoy and to find fun in, you also have to remember people have to feed families, they have to take care of their children, they have to pay the bills. It's like any other job that you would have to where you just have to take care of your responsibilities, and it sometimes it takes many hours to do the research and to purchase the cards and to or the sealed product and to really get an idea of what's going on, so to speak. And well, I don't necessarily agree with people buying out a booster box before it even comes out, to where a booster box that was supposed to be $90 on release, it's $200 because everyone pre-ordered so much of them that it just kind of tanked the market. Now, I don't believe, or spiked the market. I don't believe that's necessarily a good business practice, just because it's kind of like, how with the PS5, a lot of people couldn't get their hands on it because, when it came out, instead of it retailing for $500, it retailed for $1,000, $2,000. I think one person on eBay spent $70,000 on it. And I think that for pre-orders and for brand new sealed product, specifically sealed product, because I think there might be a bit more of an issue with that than singles, I've noticed. I believe there's a level um, where you can order a certain amount to where it's healthy for both the customer and the seller. And for me personally, I have opened and sold a couple of sealed product in the past. Most notably, I bought a bunch of Ryko Entei Suicune blister packs, around 6 cases of them when they were on a liquidation sale at my local hobby shop. Um, but I saw it as a way that I could help out my local store to meet their quota, as well as bring new product to my store, even though it took a good amount of hours to open all the blister packs, organize all the cards, take photos of them, as well as the packs, and list them accordingly. And I think that what some people need to know is, being a store owner, being a seller, or being someone who is an entrepreneur in this hobby, so to speak, it really does take a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of risk, and a lot of determination to to pour the kind of effort you need to pour into this kind of work. And I think some, YouTubers, examples like, Lean Heart, Simply Unlucky, um, among other store owners or content creators, I don't think at the end of the day they mean anything malicious. I think that at the end of the day, at least in my opinion, I believe they genuinely mean to do the best they can in the professions they're in, and do their best to feed their family, as well as spread just the enjoyment and goodwill of the content that they're sharing. I really think that. I know not everyone may agree with that, but I just felt like I needed to share, just because I know they've been getting a bit of slack as of late, but I felt like it was important to share. And I think, see, for me personally, when I started when I opened up my hobby shop online, I opened it up as a means to do what I generally enjoy doing. I really enjoy hobby items. I enjoy Pokemon. I enjoy Yu-Gi-Oh! And I figured it would be a nice, decent side job that eventually turned into a bit of a career for me. And I think that with all the positive feedback I've received from at least over 1,500 customers now, the goodwill and the positivity they share with me is what keeps me going forward in my store, what helps me keep it up. Whether my customers enjoy a Raikou Suicune Entei lot, or if they enjoy a Blue Eyes White Dragon from Dark Duelist Stories, or a Blue Eyes and Dark Magician lot from Starter Deck Yugi and Kaiba. I think that seeing the goodwill they share with me, I think is worth the effort in continuing my store. And with the amount of income I make from my store also comes with a great deal of hours that needs to be put into it. I generally have to, ship orders almost every day, at least 5 to 6 times a day, and or not 5 to 6 times a day, 5 to 6 times a week. And it takes a lot of effort, a lot of hours, a lot of what would pertain with any other job, so to speak. And it's something that I genuinely enjoy doing, and I think that helping other stores too when they really need it is also an important thing as well, whether it's some stores on TCG Player, whether it's my local hobby shops, or even other local sellers on eBay or online. I think that helping them offload some of their items or some of their product and creating something new or different with it, whether it's, taking closer images of some of the cards or closer photos. And I do indeed take photos of all of my cards, by the way. It does take a bit of time to do that. And also, giving a bit more of a detailed description, as well as, keeping it in store for X amount of days, months, or years. I really think it's something that it's kind of like a farmer. A farmer will plant his or her seeds, and it may take a while before he or she will see the fruits of their labor. But once the crop is fully grown and they're able to harvest it and feed it to the villagers, then I believe that is a good job well worked. And I think that if people can see both sides of the coin, just like they can see in the grocery industry or the restaurant industry, the retail industry, that yes, even though a profit is being made to sell said item or said product, you also have to see the amount of hours and the amount of labor, the amount of research, dedication, blood, sweat, and tears that takes in preparing that item for you. And I think it's something that people just have to recognize when they look at any kind of business, any kind of hobby, any kind of line of work. They just have to be able to see both sides of the coin. Even if that item may be a wee bit expensive, you have to see the amount of hours and time it took to prepare that item for you. But that's also why I also have a best offer option too on my store, because I believe it's important to be flexible with the customer. For example, if a card if a card is listed on the store for $19.99.95, and someone wants to offer 60 for it, then I wouldn't mind meeting in the middle at 80, because I think it's important to be flexible with customers, and I have a best offer option for all of my products. Because I've been to some stores before in the past where, unless if I paid full price, they kind of gave me a bit of an attitude. And I recognize that, when you sell something, you should appeal to all different kinds of people, not just to the people who want to pay full price, but even to the people that, may not have as much money. And, even if they can't do 100, they may be able to do 80. And I think it's important to also appeal to those people. So you're a bit more inclusive, because what I do agree with some of the things some of the content creators have been mentioning lately is, when you're used to buying a brand new Pokemon booster pack for $3 to $4, and you recognize, when you go to the store, it's either all sold out or you have to pay $8 to $10 for it, or even more. Even before it's been fully released. I can see some issues with that, and I think that there just has to be a balance, and I think that it's important for people, at least for my store. I enjoy coming up with ideas, being creative, especially with Pokemon, but even Yu-Gi-Oh, where, I'll see a Yuxi, Azelf, Mesprit, and I'll combine them together and make a new piece of artwork. Or Moltres, Articuno, and Zapdos as well, where instead of just, you know, just simply, buying and reselling, sealed product, I also like to come up with ideas that are a bit more creative, a bit more colorful, a little bit more meaningful in a way to my customers. And, I think it's something that I'm glad that they enjoy it. And, even though it takes some time for me to come up with, the best idea to, form different ideas, as well as, finding the product, I think it's well worth it. And it's something, and the positive feedback that I receive from my customers is what keeps me going. Anyways, I thought I would share that. I think it was really important to share it, just because I know there has been a bit of upheaval and a bit of dissension lately. But I hope this will bring some solace to some of my viewers out there, and some of my customers, or even some of the customers or viewers of other stores. And I hope that eventually there will be a balance and a harmony for that will be inclusive for the customer, the seller, and for everyone alike. Anyways, I hope you guys have a good rest of the evening. Bye.